Tonight, a gun-toting thief robs a woman on a public bus. The RSS stepped up to the plate for Russian quarantine case, now proven to be negative for coronavirus. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Friday the 14th of February 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Flow Channel 117. The broadcast is also being simulcast on Kiss FM Radio. You can watch via our website CaribbeanHotTV.com or on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. At approximately 6:10 a.m., an armed gunman boarded a bus in Castries and robbed a female passenger before escaping. The vehicle, driven by Lucius Reynolds, was en route to Castries from Bocage. Reynolds recounts that a male individual estimated to be in his 30s stopped the vehicle in Marshall, Castries and boarded it. He said once on board, the man robbed a female passenger at the back, taking away her handbag, which contained a mobile telephone and other valuables.
This morning, I was on my first trip from Bocage to Castries. So on Tripo, I passed through Marshall. A guy stopped me. I stopped. I had 3 passengers on board. So when I stopped, he bought the van, and maybe a few minutes when I've been driving, he rolled up us in the bus and he took the lady back. He told me to pass the money, and he gave the lady back.
Reynolds disclosed that at the time of the incident, he and 3 others were aboard the vehicle. He said after robbing the woman, the bandit escaped. He noted that as a result of the Friday morning incident, he is afraid and even considering getting into another occupation.
It's not nice because it's bus I running and that kind of thing. I myself be afraid because when them things happen and the man have a gun again, you know, so I myself, I like that kind of thing. They're looking nice for us.
Reynolds urges other drivers to be vigilant and ever mindful of their safety. He cited this incident as a clear indication of the need for tougher penalties for firearm offenses. The island has been left in a state of wonder over the ways and means by which results for a Russian national in relation to coronavirus were revealed as quickly as it was. Corporal Anne Joseph, who is the Public Relations Officer of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, let it be known that local law enforcement played a vital part in making it all possible. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
The nation is breathing a collective sigh of relief after the Russian man who, following his arrival in St. Lucia showing symptoms of those similar to the coronavirus, COVID-19, tested negative. St. Lucians were left on edge and in a state of panic after the man and his partner disembarked from a private yacht in Soufrière on Tuesday the 11th of February to seek medical attention. With his travel history showing that he traveled to China mid-January, he was placed in quarantine and samples were sent to the Caribbean Public Health Agency CARPHA in Trinidad to be tested. Although the results were expected to arrive back on island on Friday, the Ministry of Health received it one day after it was sent off, thanks to the help of one particular agency. Public Relations Officer of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Anne Joseph, gave the details.
We can confirm that the Regional Security Services, RSS, assisted in the transportation of a sample presented for testing. Having spoken to regional agencies, including the facility in Trinidad responsible for that testing, secured air services were offered by RSS in an effort to obtain results expeditiously. This was achieved, and we are grateful for the assistance rendered by our regional counterparts.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belmar George also revealed this information when she appeared on the DBS television program Newsmaker Live. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
The president of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association, Dr. Merle Clark, is imploring St. Lucians to not allow the fear of novel coronavirus to cripple their daily lives. With the seasons of festivities upon us, namely Independence Day celebrations and Carnival, Dr. Clark says whilst persons should remain vigilant and continue to follow the guidelines given to protect themselves, they should not remain locked away out of fear of contracting the virus. Life, she says, must go on.
The months of festivities are upon us, and large numbers of fun-loving St. Lucians are now starting to question whether they should choose between having a good time or protecting their health in the face of the threat of the novel coronavirus, COVID-19. In 1 week, the island will celebrate its 41st independence anniversary. This alone carries a roster of activities spanning over the next few weeks ahead and will thereafter be followed by the annual music festivals, carnival, and then Je ne Creole. President of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association, Dr. Merle Clark, said, whilst she understands the heightened sense of anxiety due to the gravity of the virus which has killed over 1,000 people so far, one should not lock themselves away from the world and stop living.
Those symptoms, you need to stay home. So are we going to say necessarily nothing should happen because the coronavirus is being spoken about and it's a public health emergency of international concern? Of course not. I mean, life does go on. We just have to be cautious and protect ourselves and protect each other. That if you have symptoms, you need to stay away. Obviously, if you see somebody manifesting symptoms, you stay away from them. But that doesn't necessarily mean, though, that we cancel DASH and we cancel all those other events that are coming up.
With that sentiment shared, Dr. Clark went on to remind persons that there are other health hazards in society, and so they should still take all the necessary precautions.
The issue is that we're still in the flu season, so there are going to be people with respiratory symptoms. It's a question collective responsibility and individual responsibility again. You have those symptoms, you need to stay home.
Amidst the growing fears of the spread of COVID-19, there are currently no cases of the virus in St. Lucia or the Caribbean. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
The family and friends of former police officer Dennis Didier have been plunged into shock and mourning after the 58-year-old passed away suddenly in his vehicle on Thursday. Didier, affectionately known as Peanut, is being remembered for his kind and jovial personality, and his loved ones opened up to Hot 7 TV News, remembering the man whose life they say is gone too soon.
Shock, horror and sadness spread across a portion of Castries on Thursday morning after a well-known and loved former police officer passed away suddenly in his vehicle. The incident occurred near the Central Police Station on Bridge Street. The incident caused a major gridlock in the area as the vehicle that Dennis Didier, better known as Peanut, passed away in, had come to a halt in the middle of the street. His brother Carlson Didier said the fateful call informing him of his brother's death came as a complete shock as he spoke to his brother the night before and was due to meet up with him the following morning. Didier thanked the persons who rushed to his side to support him after the news of his brother's passing was revealed, as well as the first responders who tried to resuscitate his sibling. He described his close relationship with Peanut.
He was such a loving brother. He was a brother to everybody. And for the world and for St. Lucia and everyone who knows him, he was one of the most loving police officers I know so far. And it's a big loss for us. It's a big loss for me because it's like cutting off a right arm or my left arm. That's the way you say I'm going to miss him. And I just want to say thanks for a lot of the support that persons have given to me. A lot of people have called from overseas and from St. Lucia, and the word has spread so fast. Just want to say thank you for a lot of support so far.
A group of friends reminisced on the life of Didier, saying he will be dearly missed.
Peanut is my friend, my top friend. We've been liming together. We've been around, been playing domino here for over 5 years now, from the time I came in here. But I wouldn't, last night we was together here, talking right in front of them. And he left me to go to the airport to pick up stuff. And this morning I heard about that. That's really shook me. And everybody that meet me in the road telling me about Peanut. How happened? I tell him, I don't know. I haven't seen the body to say yes, but they told me he passed away. And that's what I could say. But he's a very nice friend to me, playing domino here for over 5 years here.
Okay, I've known Peanut since the 1970s. He came from Lesland. We grew up in the city together. We played dominoes, we played sports. I remember when he was a very advanced cricketer. He was a fellow who was very in pursuit of excellence, I would say. I remember him going to training school in Barbados. He came back here, very committed to be a police officer. He did a very good job over the many years as a cop. People admired him for the job that he did. And I always thought that he would go into politics. That's where I always thought Peter would have ended up. But it's so sad that he never did. He pursued his career as a police officer.
I know Peanut over 40 years, and he's a good friend of mine. Over 40 years, and I know he's a good guy. He's a member of us, and he's the assistant secretary for Courtesy Taxi Incorporated on Jeremy Street. And I know him very well, and I know he's a good guy. When I got to know that Peanut passed, I said, mouth open, I couldn't say nothing, and that's all.
The cause of Didier's death is currently unknown. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, a bizarre pepper spray attack unfolds in the city. Senator Mary Isaac to be questioned by police in connection to statements made about the death of Victor Maurice. And young love is in the air. That and more when we return.